On a snowy and cold Saturday, we welcome you inside the Kaplan Center as the Mount St. Mary Knights host Rashid Nakima and the Purchase Panthers. Thanks for joining me on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. I'm Matt Scalzo. I'm glad you could make me a part of your Saturday afternoon. The Knights are back at home for the first time in 2025 and are trying to snap a 9-game skid, but it will not be easy as they will face one of the best, if not the best player in the Skyline Conference. Rashid Nakima, the 6'5" junior, is the focal point of the Panthers, leading a squad in almost every single category, averaging 20 points per game and 6 rebounds per game. He can score from anywhere, shoot from anywhere. He will be a tall task for a Mount St. Mary team that is giving up over 84 points per game, and most recently fell to Mount St. Vincent 82-68 during the week. Coach Ryan Kadlubowski said his team is getting better, but they need to find a way to limit the self-inflicted wounds on both ends of the court. National Anthem is coming up in a few seconds, so we'll step aside. When we come back, I'll bring you the starters, and then it's tip-off from the Kaplan Center. Welcome back to the Kaplan Center. Matt Scalzo, happy you could be with me on this Saturday afternoon. Purchase and Mount St. Mary in Skyline play. Coming into this one, Mount St. Mary 1-11 overall, 0-3 in conference play, with Purchase coming in with a 5-7 mark, 1-2 in the Skyline Conference. We'll meet the starters first for the Purchase College Panthers. Gabe Bristow starts at the guard position, a 6'2 junior from Poughkeepsie, New York. Rashid Nakima, I've mentioned him plenty in the open. He gets the start at forward. Joining him, the freshman guard Elijah Abrams, starting his third game. All have come after the break so far this season. Matthew Phillips returns to the starting lineup, a big 6'6 senior forward. He's been a handful over the years, but has struggled some bit this season. And Trey Skeet also joins Bristow at that guard position. He's leading the team with, in terms of assists, at 2.3 per game. He's the primary ball handler. As we switch over towards Mount St. Mary, Brendan Graham gets the start at guard. Rob Geramino joins him as well, as does his brother Ryan Graham at the guard position. J.P. Egan starts his second consecutive game, coming off an 11-point performance against Mount St. Vincent on Wednesday. And Connor Siren, the team's leading scorer, stays in the starting lineup. He's coming off 16 points against Mount St. Vincent on Wednesday. So two of the top players in the conference in Connor Siren and Rashid Nakima will go head-to-head. And the 36th all-time meeting between these two schools. Purchase leads it 19-16 all time. The last meeting came on February 17th in the Kaplan Center, with Mount St. Mary squeaking out a 1-point win, 74-73. The Knights have won 3 of the last 4 and 3 straight at the Kaplan Center, with Purchase being 7-9 all time in this building. Their last win on the road against Mount St. Mary came on January 18th, 2020, a 78-70 win over the Knights. Jack Dignan is in his first season with Purchase, coming over from Alfred State, where he engineered a complete program turnaround. Ball is up, and we are underway from the Kaplan Center. Officials today: Bob Barker, Scott Rush, and Devon Dobrik. Inside Phillips, little turnaround. No, he gets his own rebound as it goes off the fingertips of Giramino. And Matthew Phillips, who returns to the starting lineup, has the first bucket of the afternoon. Slashing down the lane with a little finger roll and a nice finish goes Ryan Graham to even it at 2, just 30 seconds in. Running the point is Gabe Bristow. He was looking inside for Phillips. Down to Skeet in the corner. Swings it up top. There's Nakima. Quick feed to Phillips up top. Nakima reaches for it. Now takes a deep triple and knocks it through. You can't give Rashid Nakima any space. And he can show you what he can do. Shooting 42.9% from 3 on the season. And he's got Purchase out to a quick 5-2 lead. They've scored on their first 2 possessions. Been more of an offensive set this time for Mount St. Mary. Another 3 in the air. That one coming from Graham. Won't go. Saved by Egan, but it goes straight to Nakima. He pushes the pace up ahead. Catch and shoot 3. Rolls off the front rim and then off the back iron on the shot from Bristow. Mount St. Mary offensively averaging just 61.4 points per game. There's a shot from Siren off the back rim. Rebound straight to Brendan Graham. Coach Kadlubowski talked about all the new players that have kind of had an increased role. Giramino, he's not one of them. Long 2. Can't find the bottom of the bucket, and Nakima has another rebound. But all those new players have been inserted into the lineup, and it's been a learning process through this 9-game skid. But he said his teams tested themselves in the non-conference, and Skyline plays the most important thing. Can they get it going during this time of the season? As Phillips converts for the second time this afternoon. Strong dribble to his left and uses the window to extend it to an early 5-point advantage. Down the lane, Brendan Graham, high off the glass, and like his brother, he attacks off the dribble and has another bucket for Mount St. Mary to bring the lead down to 3. Graham was held scoreless in 26 minutes against Mount St. Vincent. It was the second time he was held to no points in the last 3 games. Inside, Nakima, little fadeaway, rolls off the front rim, catches the shooter's bounce, and he's got another basket. He's up to 5 points already, and that will prompt the timeout from Ryan Kadlubowski, who's in his 17th season at the helm of this Mount St. Mary team. Comes in with an 181 and 197 overall record. 2-time Skyline Coach of the Year. But this has been a tough season for him. It was the worst season under Coach Cad since the 2021-22 season, where the Knights went 7-17, 5-11 in conference play. They went 8-17 a few times, including last year. In the last 4 years, Mount St. Mary has lost 17 games in all of those seasons. The last winning season came before COVID in 2018-19, where they went 14-12. Meanwhile, for Coach Dignan in his first season at the top of this Purchase College team, he comes over after 2 years at Alfred State, a team that Mount St. Mary played earlier this year in their home opener and lost, as there goes Ryan Graham. Got in close, couldn't finish, thought there was a foul, he didn't get the call. Down low, Nakima trying to lob to Phillips, makes the catch and has it blocked out of bounds by J.P. Egan. And we'll see some substitutions. Ben Toussaint comes in, replaces Rob Geramino. And with 17 seconds on the shot clock, Bristow will trigger the inbound from below the basket. And he finds it up top with Trey Skeet, the junior out of Brooklyn, New Jersey. Dish inside, Phillips back up top, Bristow rolls in and out. And Siren corrals the loose ball. Connor Siren, leading scorer on this team, 13.3 points per game. They were looking inside for him. He's working against Trey Skeet. Dribble handoff, deep three from Graham is short, controlled by his brother Ryan. Back up top, Siren. That goes off the right side of the rim. Mount St. Mary struggling to shoot from deep. 0 for 4 on the game, 0 for 2 on that possession. Nakima, pump fake, steps inside, another triple in the air, goes off the back rim, and a rebound by Toussaint. He thought about the three, hands it off to Egan. Uses the screen, a little jumper from the elbow, rolls in and out. And Skeet will push the pace. Cross to Bristow, down into the quarter to Abrams. Skeet had it poked away by Graham, controls it again. Inside Nakima, looking for the lob to Phillips, and Toussaint racing over, saves it. And falling out of bounds, Ryan Graham able to save the possession. It's with J.P. Egan. 5 minutes gone by. It's a 9-4 Purchase lead. Siren comes up top. Graham attacking baseline. Retreats, shot clock down to 5. Toussaint, pump fake, drives down the lane, kick into the corner. Egan gets it off as the shot clock is expiring. It's long, but Siren, Johnny on the spot, takes it and puts it in off the window for a much-needed basket for Mount St. Mary to bring the lead down to 3. Siren's been averaging 13.2 points per game over the last 5 games. Right around his season average. It'll be big for Mount St. Mary just to get him going against a tough defensive team and rangy Purchase squad. Bristow. Extra pass. There's Abrams open in the corner, and he makes no mistake, potting it for 3. And the lead is up to 6. Elijah Abrams, the freshman out of Highland, New York, making his 3rd start. All have come after the New Year break. He's been averaging over 4 points per game over the last 4 games, as an off-bounce 3 is off the mark from Ryan Graham. A wave of substitutions waiting to come in for the Knights, and it will be a whole change. 5 come out, 5 go in. We'll see Liam Lynch, Justin Rivera, AJ Piedra, Connor Gemmel, and Silverin Holmbo replace the 5 that were on the floor. Meanwhile, for Purchase, just one little change as Skeet's 3 is off the mark. Gemmel boxes out Nakima and takes the ball away. The one change for Purchase, Chad Duke is coming to the game. Good closeout on a long 3 from Rivera. Holmbo, the offensive rebound, and was looking for a foul call. He didn't get it. Went out of bounds off of him, and so it'll be Purchase basketball with 13:02 left to go in the opening half. Haven't had any whistles for a foul so far. Just the one against Graham. That's the only foul through the first 7 minutes. Duke down to Nakima, cross-court skip. Bristow steps into a three. That is off the front iron, and it was mishandled by Duke, taken ahead by Piedra. Lynch up top, Holmbo steps into a three and knocks it through. Holmbo knocks in the triple. Had 3 points on the loss against Mount St. Vincent. Already equaling his total from that matchup on Wednesday. Skeet, deep triple looking for an answer. Won't go. Gemmel, another defensive rebound rather. Connor Gemmel, a 6'7" sophomore. He's one of those players that has seen extended time over the last few weeks. Some injuries, he stepped into a big role. Piedra for a three, no. And Rivera gets called for a foul. Gets called for a push, and a couple more substitutions will come in. For Purchase, Chris Cummings replaces Matt Phillips at the forward position, and Wesley Fulcher comes in place of Gabe Bristow. And Fulcher will take this ahead before the handoff to Duke, and back to Fulcher. Coach Kadlubowski says his team runs an amoeba zone. He saw the press, now it steps back into what seems to be a 3-2, and it's easily dissected by Purchase. Chris Cummings, the beneficiary, right under the basket, and the lead's back up to 5. But you just see so many variations of what they're running as Rivera, a tough J along the baseline, fading away. And you see it again, that press. Now Nakima attacking baseline, and a jump ball is called as Nakima went baseline. Possession points Purchase's way. A couple more substitutions. Matt Monaco checks in for the first time today. Ryan Graham returns, as does Brendan. Possession pointed Mount St. Mary's way. Rivera off the screen. He was open, but shot wouldn't have mattered. Offensive foul for a moving screen against Connor Gemmel. Connor Siren will replace Gemmel. Coach Kadlubowski quick to make changes after miscues. That was the biggest thing he harped to me pregame. Execution, execution, execution. He's felt that his team has taken a step forward, but they've also hurt themselves. Too many self-inflicted wounds, too many turnovers. And that looked like it should have been a turnover. Instead, it stays with Purchase. Nakima, another three. No. Skying high and climbing the ladder is Ryan Graham, up ahead to Brendan Graham. Look to attack, and now he'll reset up top with Connor Siren. Rivera off the dribble, double teamed, finds an outlet. Monaco the handoff. Gets the slip back. Drop pass, Graham elevating. A beautiful offensive possession. And it's Monaco drawing the defense and slips it off to Ryan Graham for an easy finish. Lead is down to 1. Duke off the dribble, slips inside. Easy finish for Chris Cummings. That is the danger of Chad Duke. So good off the dribble, he's able to slash through the entire defense. And a push called against Duke. First foul against Purchase this afternoon. But when looking at this Purchase team, obviously Nakima, he draws a lot of the attention, and rightfully so, leading this team in basically every category. And he sits top 15 in the Skyline Conference in all the categories, a lot of them top 5. But Chad Duke has that ability offensively, second on the team with 12.4 points per game. Siren, an open three, well off the mark. Here comes Duke. He'll reset it up top with Skeet. Kick outside Fulcher. Skeet on open three, cans it. Drew the defender and Brendan Graham away with that fake pass to Duke. Skeet squared his feet up and made no mistake about it. The lead's back up to 6 now. On the third triple of the afternoon for Purchase. Starters are back in for Mount St. Mary. Shot clock winding down. Tough fadeaway from Brendan Graham. Turnover by Egan. At least he poked the ball free, and then Chris Cummings was the first of the floor, and a timeout is taken with 8:21 left to go in the opening half by Jack Dignan, and we'll step aside as well. A 19-13 lead for Purchase over Mount St. Mary. Just a quick timeout from the Kaplan Center, a 30-second timeout. With 8:21 left to go in the opening half. It's a 19-13 lead for Purchase over Mount St. Mary. The Knights looking to snap a nine-game skid, while Purchase looks to start their own little winning streak, coming off a win against Manhattanville on Wednesday, 88-64. They've been in the lead the whole time today. Just the one tie. But other than that, it's been a Purchase lead by right around 5 to 6 points. It got down to as many as 1, but the Panthers have stretched its lead back out. Skeet was caught in a straitjacket. Great defense from Mount St. Mary. And he was trying to find an open Fulcher in the corner. He started to cut up top right as Skeet threw the ball. It goes out of bounds. A turnover against Purchase. That is their third of the half. And rolls into the corner where there's 2 basketballs, and the officials, along with the Graham brothers, trying to figure out which one's the game ball, which one's a practice ball. They got it all sorted out with 8:04 left to go in this opening half. Ryan Graham brings it across, leads the team so far with 4 points. And a takeaway. Skeet jumping the pass all alone, and he'll lay it in off the window. Makes it an 8-point lead. Trey Skeet matching Nakima for a team high and game high 5 points with that steal and a finish. Brendan Graham was able to slash through into the painted area, draws a foul against Skeet, and he will head to the line. First player from either team to make a trip to the free throw line. Graham has struggled this season, 53.8% from the charity stripe. And the struggles continue as he misses the first half. It's been a tough little stretch for him, scoreless in 2 of the last 3. He does have 2 today. Make it 3 as he converts on the second half and brings the lead down to 7. But in the one where he wasn't scoreless in the last 3, he put up a season-high 12 against Manhattanville. So a little bit of a hot and cold streak for Brendan Graham. Duke into the lane. The scoop through a couple of defenders doesn't go, and Egan muscles it away from Cummings and has possession back for the Knights. Quick pass inside, Geronimo. Back up top, Ryan Graham. Shot clock under 10. It's off to Ryan Graham. He'll attack off the dribble into the lane, up with the left hand through contact. What a finish from Ryan Graham. He's still back on the other end looking for a foul. And a smart foul taken by Brendan Graham. He saw his brother was back behind as Purchase was pushing the pace. 5-on-4. Fourth foul against the Knights. First against Brendan Graham. But what a finish from Ryan Graham. Shot clock winding down. Cuts into the lane like he's done all day so far. All 6 of his points coming from in the paint. And an acrobatic finish. Nearly has a takeaway there. Fulcher able to control. Graham all over him. Fulcher, the drop pass to Duke. Nice find from Wesley Fulcher. Had Ryan Graham all over him. Stayed with it. Was able to find a little space. Graham feeling good. Goes right back into the paint. And he draws a foul against Cummings. Now he'll head to the line. Ryan Graham has had a lot of energy, a lot of pep in his step so far this afternoon with just over 6 minutes left to go in the first half. One of the seniors and leaders of this team. Like his brother, he's struggled shooting from the free throw line this season. A 53% shooter, but he makes the first one. And he goes 2 for 2 on that trip, and he'll check out as A.J. Piedra will come back in. Graham now up to a game-high 8 points. Just 4 other scorers for Mount St. Mary this afternoon. And his brother Brendan and Soren Holmbo are the next high with 3 points each. Nakima. Skip over to Duke, open 3. Nice find from Nakima, and Duke converts from deep, makes it a 8-point lead. It's 26-18, and Nakima, while he hasn't had the most points with only 5, he's getting in on the action. Another takeaway. Fulcher has it. He's hounded. Somehow pokes the ball 3. Nakima will draw a blocking foul against Liam Lynch. Nakima a little slow to get up, walking gingerly and wincing. Coach Cad Lebowski barking out instructions as Fulcher triggers the inbound, finds Duke under the basket. Duke, drop pass down low on the baseline. And a takeaway by Gemmel. He gives it away, but it goes through the hands of Fulcher. Rivera's on it, and he gets called for a double dribble as Wesley Fulcher is limping heavily. I'm putting a lot of weight on that right foot, so Tyler Bond will come in. Junior guard out of Jamaica, New York. 5:02 left to go. An 8-point lead for Purchase. Nakima, cross-court skip, Bristow. Bristow open in the short corner. Dish inside Nakima. Trapped, kick out Bristow. Steps into a 3. Bullseye. Gabe Bristow knocks in the 5th triple of the afternoon. for Purchase, and Nakima drawing the attention with his presence and finding open Panthers for buckets. Tucson, deep three, no. Bristow has the rebound, takeaway by Piedra. He goes up and puts it in. Heads up play by A.J. Piedra. Gets some juice back on the Mount St. Mary side. Duke in the half court, drives inside, count it, the hoop, the harm. Chad Dukes showing off his speed and his athleticism. Driving right towards the basket, and that is something Coach Kadlubowski has talked about, or at least talking with me this morning. Rashid Nakima, obviously he will draw the headline attention, but Chad Duke, he's that secondary player that is so good in the half court. 74% free throw shooter on the season, a rare miss from Duke. And lead stays at 11 as Liam Lynch looks to push the pace and draws a foul against Duke. But as I was saying, Coach Kadlubowski, when talking with me pregame, he said you have to be aware of Chad Duke. He's so good in the half court, such a good driver, and he's able to slash through the defense. We've seen it on display a couple of times, and most recently on that last bucket for the Panthers to bring the lead back up to 11. Duke has a team-high 7 points off the bench. Kick up top, Siren. A three, toilet bowls out. And Duke will come across. Duke finds some open space. An 18-footer won't go. Graham up ahead, Egan. Cross-court skip. Siren inside working against Holzman. Extra pass, Tucson. Kind of hesitated. Now he gets an open look from the left wing. And he can't get it over the front rim. Here comes Purchase in transition. Duke up top, Bond. Extra pass, Holzman. He steps into a three and knocks it through. Timeout taken by Mount St. Mary. The threes are starting to rain in for Purchase. Their lead is up to 14. It's 34-20. Purchase in front with under 3 minutes left to go. We'll step aside for a quick moment here from the Kaplan Center. Welcome back to the Kaplan Center. 2:58 left to go in the opening half. It's a 34-20 Purchase lead. The Panthers looking to make it 2 wins in a row. Meanwhile, Mount St. Mary trying to avoid a double-digit loss streak. They've dropped 9 in a row. And they currently sit 1-11 on the season. It's been a 5-0 run over the last minute, an 11-2 run for Purchase over just 3 minutes of game time to bring this lead up to 14. Out of the timeout, driving right down the lane goes Brendan Graham. Can't finish in close. In transition, here comes Purchase. Drop pass Nakima, open three, an air ball. Now a long stretch pass up ahead. Egan behind the defense. And just sometimes too close to the basket, he gets that miss. Back and forth. High-flying action. And Jack Dignan, the head coach for Purchase, will bark out instructions to slow things down. Nakima, the lob inside. Nice find. Matthew Phillips up to 6 points and a 16-point lead for Purchase. And a takeaway by Duke. And he's grabbed from behind by Ryan Graham. Duke with his speed would have had an easy two. He had Nakima running with them as well if he wanted to dish it off. Well, this one has gotten out of hand quickly. It was close for majority of the first half, but over the last 3 minutes, Purchase has extended its lead. A 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. In the last 4 minutes, it's a 13-3, make it 14-3 run. And they've made 4 of their last 5 from beyond the arc. Mount St. Mary is 1 for its last 6, 1 for 12 from 3 so far this afternoon, as Duke goes 2 for 2 on that trip. He's the only Panther to go to the free throw line so far this afternoon. And he matches, or excuse me, he rather eclipses Ryan Graham for a game high with 9 points. Brendan Graham into the paint, up top Geronimo, an open 3. And the struggles from beyond the arc continue for Mount St. Mary. Skeet off bounce. Finds Bristow, who slips it to Nakima. Behind the defense, there's Siren. And Connor Siren gets a much-needed bucket for Mount St. Mary. Scoreless over the last 2.5 minutes, no more. But the lead has grown to 18 for Purchase. It's a 40-22 advantage. Jack Dignan will take a timeout. He didn't like his half-court setup defensively there. All the momentum was with Purchase, and it still is, but a play like that can kind of swing things a little bit for Mount St. Mary. It's been a while since they saw the ball go in the basket. And evidently so by a 17-4 run over the last 4.5 minutes for Purchase. Spearheaded by Chad Duke. He's not on the floor, but he's got a team-high 9 points. Rashid Nakima, who I've been talking about heavily, while he's only got 7, well, he's doing everything else pretty well. A game-high 5 assists. That's more than the entire Mount St. Mary team combined. They just have 3. And 4 rebounds as well for Rashid Nakima. With the current pace he's on, triple-double's not out of the question here. And you want to look at another stat that has really been a big story is when you're looking not only just at field goal percentage, with Purchase shooting 57% from the floor, Mount St. Mary at 32%. It's definitely when you look at the three-point percentage that it's just been drastically different. Purchase is 6 for 14 for a 42% three-point shooting percentage. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary, they are just 1 for 13. That lone 3 came from Soren Holmbo way back in the beginning, or the early beginnings of this contest. As Bristow caught in trouble before he crosses half court, finds Skeet, who went to the lob looking for Phillips. That would have brought the roof down inside the Kaplan Center. Instead, it's a turnover. And now Mount St. Mary will look to find some momentum. Inside Siren, double team. Thought there was a double dribble, wasn't called. Open 3 for Ryan Graham. Goes off the front rim. Tyler Bond, who has gotten extended minutes over the latter half of the first 20 minutes due to the injury of Wesley Fulcher. He's done good at the controls of this offense. Now we see him attacking the lane. And his jumper goes long. And a 5-second difference between game and shot clock. Rivera breaks his own ankles, but finds Connor Siren. He can't finish in close, and the shot clock goes dark as Matthew Phillips controls the defensive rebound. And Tyler Bond will be at the controls. He initiates with 7. Attacks off the dribble. Inside to Phillips, has it taken away. Ryan Graham pump fakes, gets an open 3 right at the buzzer, and it's off the mark. As Purchase will take an 18-point lead into the halftime break, a 40-22 advantage, and it's been an all-around team effort. Chad Duke with 9, Rashid Nakima with 7, and Matthew Phillips with 6. There has been 7 different scorers for Purchase. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary, just 6 different scorers, and it's Ryan Graham with a team-high 8 points. The next closest scorer, Connor Siren, he just has 4. It has been a tough half for Mount St. Mary. It was started competitive, and it turned ugly as Purchase ends the half on a 17-4 run across the last 6 minutes of game time. We'll step aside for a quick break. Second half action about 14 minutes away. We'll come back some point in the middle. I'll bring you the rest of the stats from this first half of action here on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Back inside the Kaplan Center. It's been a hot start for Purchase. They are up 40-22. About 4 minutes till we get going in the second half. Matt Scalzo, happy you could be with me on this Saturday afternoon. It's been an all-around team effort from Purchase this afternoon. Leading the way is Chad Duke. He's got 9 points. It's not like in the Duke game where you got Cooper Flagg dropping 42. This is more of a well-rounded, well-oiled machine for Purchase. They ended that half on a 17-4 run over the last 6 minutes, and they've stretched its advantage up to 18. It was a close one for most of that half until, of course, the final 6 minutes. As we look at Mount St. Mary, 8 points for Ryan Graham. That is a team high. He's been on the court majority of the afternoon, playing over 15 minutes of action. Rashid Nakima, well, he's actually yet to leave the floor. He played all 20 minutes in that big first half, and Nakima, he's on pace for a triple-double potentially. He's got 7 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds for the 6'5". I feel like that's maybe not enough for Nakima. He's right around 6'6", I believe, in terms of just looking at him at this point in the game. But he's done a phenomenal job. He's one of the top players in the Skyline Conference. Yes, he averages over 20 points per game, but he's done a phenomenal job spreading the floor and taking advantage of this Mount St. Mary defense in different ways. Coach Chad Lebowski and I have talked about it. It's kind of, it's as he described it this morning, an amoeba zone. And amoebas are, of course, are able to alter their shape to fit different settings. And in this case, for Mount St. Mary, and sometimes their defense looks like a 2-3 into a 3-2, a 1-3-1, a 1-2-2. It changes throughout the course of the game. But either way, Nakima's been able to find the open spaces throughout the entire afternoon and has paced his team to a hot start with Chad Duke chipping in. The 1-2 punch of Duke and Nakima has been a problem. 16 combined points, almost half of the points for Purchase, for a team that is shooting 55% from the floor and 42% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary, 30% overall as a team, and then 1 for 14 from three-point land at a 7.1% clip. Largest lead grew up to 20 points for Purchase. It's down to 18. We're just under 2 minutes from second half action getting going. The Panthers looking to make it 2 wins in a row, as Mount St. Mary will need a big comeback to avoid their 10th consecutive loss. We'll be back after this on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Back inside the Kaplan Center, a 40-22 lead for Purchase over Mount St. Mary. The Panthers looking to extend its win streak up to 2 games and get back to 500 in Skyline play, coming in with a 1-2 record. Meanwhile, for the Knights, they're 1-11 on the season, 0-3 in conference play. And Coach Chad Lebowski's squad has dropped 9 in a row. They're just trying to find a way to get better in this half and over this course of the second half of the season. When talking with Coach Cad, he said, yes, we haven't played great overall, but for us, the most important thing is playing well in Skyline play, because that determines if you get into the postseason. And if you get hot at the right time, well, maybe you're able to steal a bid. But based on this first half so far, the struggles have carried over and have continued. It was a close half until that 70-4 run over the last 6 minutes. And now we'll see if it carries over into the second half as we are underway. Starters back out for both sides. Trey Skeet, Gabe Bristow, Elijah Abrams, Matthew Phillips, and Rashid Nakima, who lobs upstairs to Phillips. He catches, puts it in, and the lead's back up to 20 as Nakima notches his 6th assist of the afternoon. J.P. Egan has it poked away by Nakima. Handoff to Ryan Graham. Germino with 6. Off the screen, here comes Brendan Graham. Has to find a way to get a shot up. Drop pass to Egan. Can't finish. Tap. No. Egan loses it, and Abrams with a nice save. Nakima, the underhand pass up ahead to Skeet, right down the lane. And a smooth finish going up with the right hand on the left side of the lane. And a minute in, and the lead's back up to 22, largest of the afternoon. That first half surge has carried over into the second half. Germino stepped out of bounds. He is in the short corner. Nakima with strong defense forced Germino out of bounds. And so Bristow will bring it across half court. Skeet inside, Nakima, no. Gets his own rebound, goes back up, and can't finish again. Kick out, Brendan Graham, a 3. Too strong, ball comes back to him. Now he slashes inside and draws a foul against Matthew Phillips. In and out for Graham. On the first free throw. And he comes up short on the second one. Quickly up ahead. Bristow. Abrams to Skeet. Graham loses his footing. Kick out Bristow. Got it! The 7th 3 of the afternoon, and a quick timeout taken with 17:50 left to go in the second half. It is a 7-0 run, makes it a 24-4 run over the last 8 minutes and 14 seconds for the Panthers. We'll take a quick break on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. It was a very short break, just enough for me to get a drink of water here inside the Kaplan Center. Matt Scalzo, glad you can make me a part of your Saturday afternoon. Purchase has continued to build off its strong surge at the end of the first half into the second half. The lead has grown to its largest so far, 25 points for the Panthers. On that last possession, Trey Skeet made Ryan Graham lose his footing, drove down the lane, before a kick out up top to Gabe Bristow for his second 3 of the afternoon. Right inside the three-point line, Connor Siren, a deep 2. Knocks it through, makes it 6 points for Siren on the afternoon. That ball was poked ahead by Siren, and now a takeaway. Kick over to Rivera in the corner for 3. No. Siren couldn't beat Nakima to the ball, and Siren maybe letting out a little bit of frustration, gets tangled up with Rashid Nakima. Skeet will have the inbound as the Amoeba zone stretches to a 1-2-2 press. Bristow works away from Ryan Graham. Skeet draws a foul against Rivera, playing tight defense. Already the third foul in the second half against Mount St. Mary. Second against Rivera. Nakima, kick outside. Fulcher back in the game. Nice to see him there. Nakima from the elbow. Maybe just rushed it a little bit. As Brendan Graham drops it off. Geramino thought about the three. Pump fake goes inside. And a tough runner comes up short. Nakima turns away from Siren and knocks in a nice two. Pushes him up to 9 points to go along with his 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Backdoor cut, Rivera, nice job. Rejected by Bristow. And now Nakima in transition. Dump off Bristow, pump fake catch Geramino in the air. I believe that is assist number 7 now for Rashid Nakima. As the lead grows up to 27. Saved in the corner by Brendan Graham, excuse me. Rivera, a 3, no. And Phillips easily brings together a rebound. This is a strong strong game from Matthew Phillips, who over the last few years has been one of the top big men in the Skyline Conference. Has struggled this year, just averaging 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. That's a nice find from Skeet. All the way over to the opposite corner was Fulcher. But Phillips, he struggled this year, just 5 and 5. You look to last year, averaged 12 and basically 8 rebounds per game. 12 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. As Rivera saves it and then throws it away. Skeet in transition, splits the defense and has it knocked out of bounds off the arms of Geramino. But 12 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. Last year for Phillips as a sophomore, he averaged 13 points per game and nearly averaged a double-double, right under it at 9.9 rebounds per game. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll round it up for him. In my book, that's basically a double-double. But he struggled this year as Nakima off the inbound slashes through and makes it a almost 30-point lead, 29 points the advantage for Purchase. As Nakima's now into double figure scoring, up to 11. That's a team and game high. Piedra creates some space and hits a deep 3. Piedra's been nice off the bench. 2 for 3 from the floor, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, up to 5 points. Ball tipped out of bounds. Yeah, Skeet was looking for Cummings. Coach Cad Lebowski, I think it sounds like he's on my headset with how loud he is, and Egan blocks Cummings. Cummings gets it back. Extreme displeasure with his team's defense on the inbound. Just wanted them to stay inside. You don't stay inside, it leads to easy opportunities like that for Cummings, who knocks in his second free throw of the season. And goes 2 for 2 on that trip. The freshman out of Poughkeepsie. He's just 1 for 3 at the line for the entirety of this season. Goes 2 for 2 on that trip, and he's up to a career high with 6 points. Inside Holmbo, working against Skeet. And draws a foul against Fulcher. Some more about Rashid Nakima. He's now scored double figures in every game this season. And his average in points will likely drop today as Holmbo knocks through the first free throw. But his assists and rebounds are definitely going to get a little bit of a boost. For sure at assists, he's been averaging 2.2 per game and now being up to 6. That'll find a nice steady increase as Holmbo goes 2 for 2. He's already got a double-double this year. So far, I haven't found anything that would say he's had a triple-double. Had another double-double last year. And another as a couple as a freshman. And he's in the corner. He's got a 3. Goes long. Cummings climbs the ladder and draws a foul as he was spinning inside. But for Nakima, looking for his second double-double of the season. 5th of his career. Had 10 points, 11 rebounds against Yeshiva on the 15th of December as Cummings makes it 7 points for him today. 3 for 3 at the free throw line this afternoon. And now that I spoke of it, he misses his first. That's still a very strong afternoon for Chris Cummings. Gemmel looking for help, finds a back-cutting Piedra. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, draws a foul against Fulcher. And we'll see Tyler Bond come to the scorer's table. Piedra knocks through the first. He goes up to 6 points for Piedra this season, the senior out of Queens. Averaging just under 2 points per game, coming off a 5-point performance in 10 minutes against Mount St. Vincent. Tied his career high at Mount St. Mary in terms of points. And now he's got a new career high with 7 after that trip at the line going 2 for 2. So he's been a nice boost off the bench if you're looking for any bright spots today for Mount St. Mary. It's been a tough day. Coach Kadlubowski has obviously voiced his displeasure at times, but at the end of the day, he just wants what's best for his guys. He knows he's going to push them hard. Just trying to find a way to get better each day. It's a lot of new faces, a lot of players that didn't get a lot of playing time over the last few years as Nakima gets a steal. Now he's running in transition. Off to Duke, steps inside and puts it high off the window. to put Chad Duke up into double figures. He matches Nakima with 11. Piedra, open three, rolls off the front iron. Skeeta rebound. Duke will move up ahead. Bond splits the defense off to Nakima. He drives back inside. Just looks so easy for Rashid Nakima. Takes one dribble inside the arc, takes 2 steps, and puts it off the window for his 13th points of the afternoon. Piedra, the kick out on the 3, no. There's Cummings. Duke look to split past Brendan Graham, but he grabs him, and that'll be another foul against Graham. His second. And the 5th on the team in this second half. Bond off the dribble, outside Duke. They'll kick it up top. Bond steps into a 3, got it. Tyler Bond gets on the board for the first time this afternoon on a 3-ball. Was scoreless against Manhattanville, and in the last 2 games, as a nice tip in from Ryan Graham, puts him up into double figures as Duke quickly in transition, attacks Tucson, draws the foul for the block, and shooting 2 will be Chad Duke. As the lead is up to 30. Duke gets a shooter's roll. Moves up to 12 on the afternoon. And puts that through as well. Moves up to 13 points, ties Nakima. And for the first time today, Nakima finds himself on the bench. He had played 20 minutes in the first half, played the first 9 minutes in the second, and gets a much-needed breather. 13.7 rebounds, 7 assists for Rashid Nakima. It's actually a new career high in assists for Nakima. His previous high was 4, so he shattered that today. As Tucson goes inside, working against Holzman, and a nice finish by Ben Tucson. Bond, open corner 3, well short. Liam Lynch, dish off to Siren, and a blocking foul called against Chris Hunter, who has checked into the game for the first time today. Hunter, a junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So an extended run of play against Manhattanville on Wednesday. Put up 4 points in 18 minutes. 3rd straight game with 10-plus minutes of game time for him. As Ryan Graham continues his strong afternoon, another acrobatic finish through contact. He'll head to the line to complete a 3-point play. And he's up to 12 points. At a season-high 16 against the City College of New York. Moves to 13 as he completes the 3-point play, as Elijah Abrams will come back in and place of Tyler Bond. It's also the 7th time this season that Graham has gone into double figures. And now he forces a trap takeaway by Egan, and he's in disbelief. Nice trap by him and Ryan Graham as Hunter moved across half court. Ryan Graham disagreeing with this officiating crew. Consists of Bob Barker, Scott Rush, and Devin Dobrik. No, not the Bob Barker, and unfortunately, may he rest in peace, as that one's thrown out of bounds by Hunter. Duke up top. Draws a foul there against Ryan Graham. And a lot of fouls in this second half. That's the team's 7th against Mount St. Mary. So any other foul, rest of the way, Purchase will be going to the line. Duke knocks through the first half of this 1-and-1. And Duke goes 2 for 2 on that trip. He is 6 for 7 from the charity stripe this afternoon. Graham working off the screen, goes inside, up with the right hand. How many times have we seen that today? Ryan Graham using a screen, cuts inside, gets another 2. Here he comes in transition, back to the well, and he draws a foul. Ryan Graham has had a nice afternoon with how he's playing. He'll likely push his average up in a double figures. He's been averaging 9.4 points per game this season, but over the last 6 games, he's been averaging 10.5 points per game. He's up to 16 as he spins that back in. That matches a season high for him back on the 10th of December against the City College of New York. But he's really found his groove over the last 6 games, 10.5 points per game, like I said. Shooting under 40%, but he's right around 50% today, just under that. He's 6 for 13 from the floor. He's 0 for 5 from 3, but he's, adjusted to that. And he's attacked off the dribble as Abrams comes flying through, a takeaway. Now Piedra dishes it off to Graham. Nice slip to Toussaint, running rim to rim. But he is a little strong as it goes off the back iron. Hunter finds Phillips cutting inside. And a strong finish by Phillips inside. Pushes him across the double-digit threshold up to 10. And a full timeout will be taken by Purchase. Head coach Jack Dignan didn't really like what he was seeing. I agree with him. While Purchase has this well within hand, just wants to see his team play a bit more cleaner, bit more fluid. And he takes that timeout to get them refocused as there's 8:42 left to go in the second half. A 69-42 lead for Purchase. They're well on their way to their 2nd consecutive win to get back to 500 in Skyline play here on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. back inside the Kaplan Center. Under 9 minutes to go. It's a 69-42 lead. Purchase over Mount St. Mary. So you're just joining me, Matt Scalzo. Glad you can make me a part of your Saturday. The Knights have had a strong play over the last few minutes, but couldn't convert on that offensive possession. Ryan Graham, who has been so good this afternoon, he's down on the floor. His brother Brendan is, as he guards Elijah Abrams. Abrams into the corner. Bristow thought about the three. Instead, inside, one-handed snag by Nakima. Can't finish. Phillips, the second chance. That won't go either. And Giramino battles with Nakima to take that ball away. Piedra off to Giramino. Thought about the three. Handoff to Graham. Nearly had it taken away by Bristow. Rivera trying to work against Nakima. Loses the handle. Phillips scoops it up. And Bristow up ahead to a running Nakima. Rivera tracks him down. No foul is called. Nakima is beside himself, as is Coach Dignan. Rivera uses the ball screen, has that shot blocked by Abrams. Jack Dignan, the head coach for Purchase, with both his hands out, waving him down, telling his team, hey, slow this down, slow it down. We're playing sloppy. Things are getting a little testy with both those last possessions where both teams thought there was a foul. As Nakima draws a foul against Toussaint. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Coach Kadlubowski, he's looking for a travel against Nakima. And official coming over to Coach Kadlubowski, telling him he's got to calm down. Don't want to have to call something against you with just a tick under 7 minutes left to go. So Nakima knocks through that first free throw. First trip to the line for Nakima. First player besides Chad Duke or Chris Cummings to go to the line for Purchase. Nakima shooting 88.6% at the free throw line this season. That is second in the Skyline Conference. He goes 2 for 2 on that trip. And he moves up to 15 points to tie Chad Duke for a team high. Matthew Phillips, the other double-figure scorer, he's got 10. He checks out as some backups are starting to come in as Bristow climbs high, takes it away, and he's all alone for an easy finish with the left hand. What an individual effort by Gabe Bristow. Athletic play to tap that ball up in the air. Not only did he tap it in the air, he tapped it to himself as Graham comes off a screen. He drops to 0 for 6 from 3 this afternoon as Abrams looked like he was about to throw that down. Instead, Nakima the takeaway and the reverse finish with the right hand. Goes up to 17 points. Piedra reverse, and that doesn't go. Nakima will slow things down with 6 minutes left to go in this game, a 78-42 Purchase lead. Nakima has been an all-around factor. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Chris Hunter joins in on the fun. Slashes right down the paint. Finger roll with the left hand. Graham drawing a foul against Bristow. Ryan Graham continues to produce. As Ryan Graham doesn't convert on the first half of his 2 shots, and we're seeing a wholesale line change for both of these teams. A lot of changes. Just one more waiting. It's Liam Lynch. He's subbing in for Ryan Graham. And he gets that second half to go of his 2 shots. Lynch comes in, Graham comes out. And Ryan Graham will check out of the game. Likely going to finish with 18 points as a lot of the backups have come in for both sides. Daniel Hersner is in, as is Caleb Eller. Johnny Hutton and Matt Monaco round out the 5 along with Liam Lynch. Meanwhile, for Purchase, there's Elijah Abrams. He's a starter, but he's also a freshman as he rattles in and out on that 3. Hersner. Looked like he was trying to throw that down. Elijah Abrams, you know, he jumps out of the gym, throws it out of here, but also gets called for a foul. With 5:16 left to go in the second half. Hersner converts on his first free throw. He's gone to the line a handful of times so far this year. He was 5 for 6 now. He's 6 for 7. And now he's 6 for 8 on the season from the free throw line, the freshman out of White Plains. Monaco, takeaway. And it settles with Hersner. We'll hand it off to Caleb Eller. Lynch splitting through a double team. Handoff to Monaco. Hangs in the air, waits for Abrams to fly by, and a nice finish by Matt Monaco. For Purchase in the game, there's Sean Garcia. He's got the ball. Elijah Abrams, Mahir Ahmed, Desmond Ward, he's got the ball. Quick trigger, puts up a 3, in and out. Omari Hart has the offensive rebound. And a push is called against Hart. And so that foul will send Johnny Hutton to the line. Double bonus the rest of the way for Mount St. Mary. An 80-49 lead as Hutton, the freshman out of Maryland, will head to the line. 3 for 4 this season. 3 for 5 as he misses the first half with these 2 shots. Played 1 minute against Mount St. Vincent in his first appearance since before the new year on the 30th of December when the Knights played at Marywood. And he goes 0 for 2 on that trip at the free throw line. Hart running the floor. Nice find from Garcia. That's an easy 2 points. Looked like there seemed to be a scoreboard malfunction. Purchase had 80 points. It dropped down to 73, and now it's at 79. As Lynch comes off the screen, is short, gets his own rebound back. Goes up with the right hand, can't get it to go again. And a swarm of Knights converging for that loose ball, knocked it out of Desmond Ward's hand, but it's last out of bounds off of Mount St. Mary. Abrams and Ward playing pitch and catch to get across half court. Into the corner, Hart, no hesitation, puts up a 3. Hutton battles, he's got a rebound. Eller gonna push the pace. Swatted out of bounds by Abrams, who was on his tail the whole time. Elijah Abrams. I think Coach Jack Dignan is gonna like what he's seen from Elijah Abrams. Certainly he's liked what he's seen in practice. Started all 3 games so far in this new year. Nearly a takeaway. Hersner steps in, takes a 3, comes up short, goes out of bounds. But Abrams, a freshman out of Highland, New York, as I said, has gotten the start in the last 2 games coming out of the break, make it now 3 games. He'll check out as now all the backups are in, but he's put up 10 plus minutes of game time over the last 5 games. And he scored in all 5 of them as well. put up 3 points today. Garcia off the dribble. Floater with the right hand. Nice finish by Sean Garcia, a freshman out of White Plains. Handoff Lynch from Hutton. Lynch stops, draws a foul. 3:07 left to go. Both teams, a lot of fouls. With both the backups in. Omari Hart will go over and talk to Coach Dignan. And a fun little note that Coach Kadlubowski provided me with ahead of tip-off today. He said he actually wanted Coach Dignan to be an assistant one year. He's had a strong relationship with them. Coach Dignan was an assistant coach in the Skyline Conference with Sarah Lawrence. He's also made stops at Colby and Clarkson University before he got his head coaching job with Alfred State. He engineered a complete program turnaround as Lynch knocks through both free throws. Garcia couldn't connect with Ahmed, and it's out of bounds with just under 3 minutes to go. But as I was saying, engineered a complete program turnaround at Alfred State, more than doubled his team's win totals in year 2 at the helm, and was named the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference Coach of the Year. Pioneers went 15-12 overall, 12-6 in conference play, before falling in the conference semifinals in the conference tournament. In year 1, they had just gone 7-18, 3-11 in conference play. And since they've left Alfred State, or since Dignan has left, Alfred State has gone 2-11 this season, 1-3 in conference play, as Eller misses first half of his 2 shots and goes 0 for 2 on that trip. Foul is called on one of Hersner or Lynch. It goes against Hersner and connected with Desmond Ward going for the rebound, and now Ward will go all the way down to the other end, and he'll have a 1-and-1 upcoming. Coach Cat also said he scheduled Alfred State for this year because of Coach Dignan. Wasn't sure if that was before he became the head coach at Purchase or after, but either way, he wanted to play against a team that, you know, has taken over the Jack Dignan philosophy of basketball a little bit. And Alfred State ran Mount St. Mary out of the gym here at the Kaplan Center. A 108-75 win in which the Pioneers made 21 threes on 44 attempts. As Johnny Hutton will go back to the line. Can't get that one to go. And he's unable to get another one to go, but Lynch escapes from the pile with the ball. Holmbold down the lane, kick out. Lynch steps into one, no. And a foul is called against Ahmed on the closeout. So Lynch will go to the line to shoot 3. And he knocks in the first. And the second. All 4 points today have come from the free throw line for Liam Lynch. And knocks it in again, nothing but nylon for Liam Lynch. 5 for 5 at the free throw line this afternoon, as a turnover is forced by Mount St. Mary. Lynch has been a strong free throw shooter. Coming into today was an 87.5% free throw shooter on the season. Lynch will step back, take a three. That's off the mark with an air ball. 2:22 left to go in the second half. An 83-54 Purchase lead. It's all academic from here on out, basically, as Ward will inbound to Garcia. Good chance for both coaches to see what they've got in terms of depth. And great chance for a lot of freshmen to get some playing time. As hoisting his three there was Will Cramp. Omari Hart had the offensive rebound, and he'll go back to the line. Well, Hart will make his first trip to the line, but Purchase has done a good job at the free throw line, and Hart gets a nice shooter's roll off the front rim and creeps over. Hart up to 3 points, and that one, a much more routine free throw, goes 2 for 2. Purchase, a strong free throw shooting team. On average this season, they've been making around 13 free throws per game, shooting 71%, as Hutton gets on the other end, makes an easy 2 off the window. But this afternoon for Purchase, they've gone 14 for 16, an 87.5% clip for this team, as Garcia will slow things down. Now splits through a double team, kick out into the corner. There's Cramp with a three. That's off the back iron. Holmbo is fouled by Ward, who's poking in. As you see with what happens often, at least when backups come in, a lot of mistakes are made, a lot of fouls happen, especially with some freshmen who are getting an extended burn in this second half, with game being out of hand and well in favor of Purchase. Up by 29. Holmbo goes 1 for 2 on that trip at the free throw line. Garcia throws it out of bounds, trying to break this press. Coach Kadlubowski is certainly going to be happy with what he's seeing from some of his depth players that don't get a lot of action, such as Taylor Beller, Johnny Hutton, Daniel Hersner, for what they've been able to do. And those three have really kind of come into some extended time, as Lynch takes a step back three and he swishes it through. Just the third made three of the entire game for Mount St. Mary. They are 3 for 25 as Lynch forces a turnover. It was tipped by Garcia, comes into the hands of Eller, drives right down the painted area. And Garcia travels as he's catching that one. And even 1 minute left to go in the second half and in this game. 23-point lead for Mount St. Mary. 23-point deficit. Make it now 20 points as Hersner cashes in on the three. William Beam has checked into the game, spinning his way through. Had it poked out of bounds. Last off of Mount St. Mary. Beam, a junior guard out of Katona, New York, just 5'7". Get a little bit of action, as is Isaiah Tufo. Cramp in the short corner, puts it up and puts it in. First points of the afternoon for Cramp. Holmbo. Nice slip off the screen. Gets the foul and the finish. Holmbo misses. got his own rebound, but he's called for violation there, moving too early before the ball had hit the rim. Garcia escaping pressure. And he'll retreat as there's about a 1.5, maybe 2-second difference between shot and game clock as Beam slicing his way through the entire defense. I think the entire team wanted a basket there as Holmbo stops and pops, rolls off the front rim. Loose ball, last touched by Mount St. Mary. And with 6.6 seconds left, Purchase will let the time tick off the clock. In the hands of William Beam, and the Panthers will make it 2 straight wins. They get back to 500 in conference play and 6-7 overall. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary, they will drop their 10th in a row. They'll fall to 0-4 in conference play and an 87-67 loss at the hands of the Purchase Panthers. And get their first win in the Kaplan Center since January 18th, 2020. And take an all-time series lead, 20-16. Up next for the Panthers, they'll take on Mount St. Vincent on Wednesday. Meanwhile, for the Knights, they're back at home on Wednesday against Yeshiva, who sits in 3rd place in the gold division, sitting at 5-7, 2-1 in conference play coming into today. And it's the second game of a 3-game homestand that I alluded to earlier. Mount St. Mary leads that all-time series 17-14, but Yeshiva has taken the last 6 meetings, including an 82-58 thumping last season on December 10th of 2023. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. I'll be on the call for that one. Once again, as we take a look back at today's action, Ryan Graham led the way, only double-figure score for Mount St. Mary with 18 points. Meanwhile, Rashid Nakima continues his stellar campaign. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals to go along with it. He was all over the floor today, and he's sharing a nice embrace with Soren Holmbo at midcourt. Meanwhile, for the rest of Purchase, they had 3 more double-figure scores. Chad Duke was right behind him with 15. Matthew Phillips, nice afternoon for him, 10.6 rebounds, and Gabe Bristow added 10 points as well, going 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. The Panthers shot 50% from the floor. Mount St. Mary, 32%. Well, that'll do it for today's action from the Kaplan Center. We'll be back on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network on Wednesday when the men's basketball team is back at home against Yeshiva. Until then, stay safe. Enjoy some NFL playoff football with the playoffs starting this afternoon. But that'll do it for today's action from the Kaplan Center. It's Purchase with an 87-64 win. I've been Matt Scalzo saying so long from the Kaplan Center. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.